Morning, everybody. Just Brian Farrell here from Greenway Turf Solutions. We're here with Fraser and Nadeem. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Fraser Brown. I'm the course superintendent at Lake Karrinyup Country Club.
Yeah, Nadeem's right, Cat. Colin Campbell Chemicals, head of the turf division.
Thank you, guys. And Fraser, would you like to give a bit of a background of your role and a background of the club, if you wouldn't mind,
Yeah,
please?
sure. So as I said, I'm the course superintendent at Lake Karrinyup Country Club. So our large 27-hole facility, top course in WA, one of the top in Australia. Big private club. We've held many international events over the years, Australian Opens, European Tour events, many others.
Yeah. And what sort of surfaces are you managing here?
So we've got creep and bend greens, 2.7 hectares across the 27 holes, and we've got cooch, fairways and tees.
Yeah, okay. Very good. And what are the biggest challenges you face?
I mean, pole control is always one of the big ones.
All right, Fraser, what sort of strategies have you used in the past to control PoA?
Well, on the fairways, you run a very strong pre-emergent program, and then a post-emergent to pick up anything that comes through there. On greens, it's been obviously the most challenging area to manage. On bent grass, cool season and cool season. We've tried various different methods with limited success. And then obviously we started using PoaCure a few years ago, and yeah, it's been really good for us.
Very good.
Yeah, well, I remember us first talking to you about PoaCure and sort of the benefits of it and the likes like that. And, you know, you took it wholeheartedly. But one of the things that you how you used PoaCure was the way we sort of always envisaged it. Can you literally explain to the audience how that was?
Yeah, exactly. So we've really tried to be targeted with our approach on it. So rather than just blanket spraying, we really tried to identify hotspots, areas that we had issues with. We ran some trials at different rates, different frequencies as per your programs. And we found success in most ways, to be honest. It was just on how we wanted to manage the course.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's one of the things here in Western Australia where when we brought PoaCure to market, it was we took about the information from the US, but then going, how do we do it in each different state? And I think you're one of the leaders here in Australia, especially in Western Australia, in fine-tuning it, using those different rates. But you're not using it like across blanket spray every year. You're not using it on the same greens purposes, are you?
No, we're not. So we'll go out and we'll identify the PoA population in each green. And when it starts to get that percentage, we're starting to get a little bit concerned. We'll then identify that and include it in that year spray program. So we're generally doing 6 to 7 greens a year as a maximum, and identifying it and just monitoring all green surfaces throughout the year. It's been very effective for us.
Yeah, and that's going to definitely help with resistance management. That's one of the biggest things happening now worldwide. You see it, as I see a lot of the turf researchers, and on the fairways especially, the amount of resistance out there. So the great thing is that you're using the product, got great chemistry, but sustainability from point of view, it's not going out willy-nilly left, right and centre.
No, definitely not. As you say, the resistance is an issue, potentially. On fairways, that's the big issue that we deal with is chemicals we can use on there. We've got limited options on the greens. As I said before, on bent grass greens, your options are very limited. So I want to keep that up my sleeve if we do down the track require blanket spray. So if I go too early, then that'd be my body.
So with the membership, have they noticed anything with the using PoaCure and PoA dropping out and the surfaces or anything along those lines?
No, nothing at all. I get frequent comments on how good the greens are and how little PoA there is in the greens. There's almost none. So they're very positive of that, but they've never seen any reaction. So they don't see any work that we've done. They just, golfers, they assume that this is how it is. So it's been very positive that way as well. So there's been no effects that golfers have ever noticed. It's been great.
Yeah, well, you've done a great job of keeping it at bay. I know it hasn't been so wet out here. It has been a little bit dry, but it's PoA season. This is the time of year PoaCure tends to get used in Western Australia. But at the moment, I don't think you're going to need to use it this season.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, as I said before, we've seen PoA germinate through the pre-emergent program that we've put on fairways. So we know that PoA is there and germinating. But we can't see any on the greens right now, which is very encouraging.
All right, guys. Thank you for your time. If anyone's looking for any information about PoaCure, you can reach out to myself or any of the guys across the country, or Nadeem himself. Thanks again for your time, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.